Hello and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name is Kev, and in today's video we want to have a look at what we did with all of our miniatures up to issue 21 and have a bit of a review on what they look like, what to expect, and some of the fun ideas that we've done along the way. So I'll see you right after this. So welcome back. We've got past issue 21 painting and building wise. So this is, a long way behind, but I am sure that many of you out there are in a similar predicament, just like myself, where you've allowed things to just build up and, I've stopped myself from saying pile of shame. It is now a pile of opportunity. I think we can make it still before the end of the run of the magazine. We still got a couple of months left. I am looking to get the Imperium magazine collection, but I want to make sure that I don't have the same situation I did with the Conquest magazine series, where I only got halfway through before I just gave up on it because Mortal Realms has started. So I don't know. Maybe a couple of weeks before Imperium launches, I might do a marathon. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you throw down a like as well while you're at it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's jump right into it. So what I really wanted to do in this episode was just bring everything together that we've done up to issue 21. And there are a couple of exceptions that I sort of decided to do something different with, because I had a duplicate of the model, or something happened to it, like a break, and I needed to make a quick easy fix of it. So let's just go ahead and have a look. So first of all, we have the Stormcast. So with the Stormcast, so everything is first sprayed in Retributor armor, or for those who don't have access to spray, you use your pot paint, and then I always said go over it with straight from the pot anyway, just so if you got to tidy up any mistakes or whatever, you got the same coverage all round. And then once you've done that, you shade it Reikland Flesh Shade, then you dry brush again with Stormhost Silver. Nice and easy. Then you start picking out areas in Kantar Blue and in Corax White, the inner parts of the robes, and of course the certain areas of the armor and the outer parts of the robes as well. And then we got back to it, started painting Lead Belcher on some of the areas, like the weapons, filled in some details in Abdon Black, and also picked out a few last details, such as the skirty bit on the crew for the bolt thrower, and the hafts of the weapons as well with corn red. And that is pretty much it. Now, we did have a bit of fun with the Night Quester. As I said, I had one of these before and I'd painted up to a pretty good standard, but this was it was a few years back when I got the Silver Tower box set from the Warhammer Quest series that had just started then. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a little bit of that Grimdark look. So I was highly inspired by a lot of stuff that I saw on a Facebook group called AOS 28. It's just basically like the most grimdark versions of fantasy that you could really ever think of. It gets a bit twisted even, but it's really inspiring. But I was also inspired by the work of my good friend Rich from Spray Black Studios, from his Space Marines work, and I wanted to try and translate that into Age of Sigmar.
Oh, hi Kev, it's Rich from Spray Black Studios. I just want to say, Well done on that Stormcast video. You've done a great job of showing that the Grimdark style can be achieved without ridiculously complicated techniques. Guys, if you're watching this, hit that subscribe button down below. Kev may not bring the handsome like my good self and Captain Pickle, but he's got some good content.
One eternity later.
So a heavily armoured dude should have been a breeze, right? So I did cover the whole process, so I'll put a link up there. And yeah, I was really happy with the result. Actually, it went down such a treat that for the first time, you know, that I've been posting stuff from my hobby, the Warhammer community group picked it up and showcased it on Warhammer TV. So that was amazing. That's a hobby goal ticked right off that bucket list. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with that, especially the blood effects, the rust, the gore, but I'm also happy with that, you know, the crack that's in the helmet that's leaking out this bright lightning-esque color. You know, it's just the pure energy that's leaking out the helmet from being struck. I really liked that, and yeah, I mean, that blood came out really good. And there's a big old chunk, a bit of blood on the sword. I mean, what's not to like about that? And then of course we move on to the Night Haunt. So the Night Haunt were not too difficult, but you know, like, it was different painting them than it was painting the Stormcast for a couple of reasons. One, they're a lot more delicate. Two, they got a lot more sharp edges because all the wispy, swirly, ghosty bits, as Pirate Green Pickle would say, swishy swirlies. Yeah, I mean, but they're quick enough to do anyway. So spray them Corax white or paint them Corax white, whichever you want to do. Then do a layer over from the part, and then of course douse it in Nullic Oxide. That's my personal choice. That's how I like to do it. A lot of people will say put it on a palette and we'll thin it down a little bit. I say boo to you, boo like a ghosty, because no, that's just not in the spirit of it. Puns everywhere apparently. And then once it's dry, you throw on some dry brushing with the Corax white, and then you pick out the robes in Cantal blue. There's some details on the Banshees which was picked out in Corn red, and then of course you got some areas in Leadbelcher as well. And yeah, they look alright actually. They look like they're ready to cause problems. Now if you remember, I did do a video, and again there'll be a link up there, on what to do if things broke in your army, especially the Night Haunt. But of course I covered it for the Stormcast as well. And my favourite bit was this little chap just turning his hand into a mace, just because it's the strongest way to get that piece on there rather than gluing the wrist back on. And simple little things like that make it more unique and more fun, especially because if you were to do a bigger army of these, you're going to have a lot of duplicates of these, so it makes things a bit more interesting. Plus, you know, we get another 10 of these later on, so why not? So moving on from that, we then got the terrain. So up until this point, we've just been painting the Sigmarite Mausoleum set, and you know, it's pretty basic. You paint it in black, you dry brush it in Cantal blue, and then you do a fine edge dry brush of Corax white, and then you start picking out details in Leadbelcher. And then of course with the buildings, you then painted those in Mechanicus Standard Grey, and then dry brushed them with Corax white. Very quick and easy, very simple, gets the job done. There is going to obviously be more stuff painted actually in the coming issues, such as the skulls, the flowers, some of the tombstones, details, that sort of thing. But we had some fun again painting them a bit different. So again, link up there. Doing the ghostly sort of glowy sort of effect, that was really good, and had a lot of fun doing that. And of course, the one section of wall that looks really good, where, you know, we just messed around with glazes. You know, we made our own glazes from the shades just to tint the color of the brickwork, so it looked like the wall was made from different color bricks, and it looks really good. And they do, you know, the little glowy effect with the lights and stuff. And of course, Blood for the Blood God had to have a handprint on there, and yeah, it looks great. And of course, we did try and mix things up with some of the pieces, like breaking bits of the gates and some of the mausoleum railings and stuff like that, just to really give it like it's been ransacked and stuff's got in or even got out. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I'm happy. I know I'll be happy once it's fully painted, and I'll have a nice diverse set as well. We had our first premium kit, the Flesh Eater Quartz. So this I had a lot of fun with as well. Built and painted them as described in the magazine, and I painted them up to that standard, but then I wanted to take it just a little bit further and just do a little bit more funky stuff. So I mixed it up a bit on the bases. I added like heavier shades and lighter shades on some of the ghouls, just to mix up those flesh tones. And then of course I wanted to put Blood for the Blood God everywhere, so blood staining as well with the Caribou Crimson that I had. So yeah, really had a lot of fun. And then of course the Archregent, I thought, why not, I'll join in on the object source lighting challenge that was hosted by the Pickle Jar, Mr. Josh, so thank you for that. I'll pop a link for him down there as well. And yeah, I really got to have a lot of fun with that. The spooky glowy collection of skulls that lit him from underneath, and then the Blood for the Blood God everywhere, and a nice sort of, he's lit brighter from underneath and he's a bit darker on the top, but yeah, he looks menacing. So yeah, I think we've got a fantastic collection so far. You know, we've kept it varied and we've made things interesting, and we've had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs doing it on the live streams of that. And I really look forward to knocking out the next 10 issues, and of course I'm going to be doing it as quick as possible because I'm so far behind. Don't go just yet, because we've got one more thing just before we finish this video, and of course it's my favorite part of the video. It's the community focus, where we get to see what you lot have been up to with your Mortal Realms miniatures. So let's get straight to it. And what a fantastic collection of miniatures painted up by you guys out there. So thank you so much for participating and submitting your work. It's absolutely fantastic. Beautiful pieces, beautiful work, beautiful paint jobs. And of course, I'm sure they're going to inspire more people to paint up theirs. So once again, thank you so much. Now, let's get back to me again. And of course, I want to get stuff painted up for our Monday battle plan nights. So of course they were playthrough nights, but now they're battle plan nights. I've got to get used to saying that. We're going to be actually playing through actual scenarios with objectives and everything. I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope you stick around for that journey as well. As always, it's at 8:30 every Monday. And then if you want to stick around for our building and painting and chill out sessions on Friday nights at 8, you're more than welcome to as well. So make sure that you do hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of those. Hit the like button as well if you thought that this video was helpful, and if it gave you a bit more inspiration to catch up or even progress past me. I'd love to see your work as well, so use the hashtag THCKev on Instagram, or you can message me on my Facebook group. And yeah, I look forward to seeing your work, and I look forward to seeing you on the live streams. If you do want to support the channel, there are plenty of ways to do so in the description below. The best ways is either pre-order your stuff from Mortal Realms by hitting that Forbidden Planet link, or getting your hobby supplies from Element Games link. Just don't forget to use the code, because you get bonus loyalty points. And I'll leave it there. So thank you again so much for joining me. Big love to you, and peace. So stay tuned to find out more. So I'll see you right after this.